7 minutes. That's all it took for Tiffany Henyard to be out as the Democratic nominee for Thornton Township supervisor. And she left here visibly upset.
You didn't run none of this the right way. Illegal. Napoleon.
Thornton Township has found itself at the epicenter of a political storm as Tiffany Henyard, the embattled mayor of Dolton and current Thornton Township supervisor, fights to keep her hold on power. In a saga filled with lawsuits, accusations, and dramatic confrontations, Henyard's political career is unraveling, and the chaos surrounding her has captivated both her critics and supporters. With lawsuits flying, heated meetings erupting into public spectacles, and accusations of voter suppression and corruption, the drama unfolding in this small Illinois township has all the ingredients of a political thriller.
Last month, the judge issued a temporary restraining order blocking her from making those appointments without approval from trustees.
The story took a dramatic turn when Henyard failed to secure the Democratic nomination for Thornton Township supervisor during a rare caucus held earlier this month. The caucus, which replaced the traditional primary election, saw Illinois State Senator and Thornton Township Democratic committeeman Napoleon Harris emerge as the Democratic nominee. Henyard's name was not even on the ballot, as her slate lacked one critical position, a certified assessor. This technicality disqualified her from participating, leaving her fuming and accusing Harris of orchestrating an unfair process to block her candidacy. "You didn't run none of this the right way," Henyard was heard saying as she confronted Harris after the caucus. "Illegal, Napoleon." The heated exchange set the tone for what would come next, a flurry of accusations, legal challenges, and public rallies as Henyard vowed to fight back. She and her allies have claimed the caucus was rigged, alleging voter suppression and manipulation of the venue to prevent her supporters from participating. Henyard's team pointed to videos and eyewitness accounts of her supporters, including seniors, being left out in the cold while Harris's backers allegedly filled the room.
Called our security firm, we made sure they had wands, and we also told our board to come upstairs due to the fact they had several ways to exit out of the building.
Harris, however, dismissed these claims, maintaining that the caucus followed all legal procedures and was conducted fairly. People in Thornton Township may be new to caucuses, because they haven't had them in a while, but this has been the tradition for many other townships around the state, he explained. His attorney, Burton Odelson, echoed this, stating that Henyard's accusations lacked merit and would not hold up in court. But Henyard remains defiant, filing a lawsuit against Harris and the Democratic caucus, promising to expose what she described as a fraudulent process.
For months, there is a new legal battle brewing in Dolton between the mayor and some village trustees.
As Regina Waldrop explains, it has a lot to do with 2 meetings held earlier this week.
At the heart of the controversy is the decision to hold a caucus instead of a primary election, a move that has not been seen in Thornton Township in decades. Critics argue that the shift to a caucus was a calculated move by Harris and his allies to consolidate power and shut Henyard out. "If they could beat me, they would have gone to the polls," Henyard said in an interview before the caucus. But Henyard's detractors paint a very different picture, accusing her of hypocrisy and misconduct. As mayor of Dolton and supervisor of Thornton Township, Henyard has faced a barrage of scandals, from allegations of lavish spending to claims of financial mismanagement. A preliminary investigation by former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot into Dolton's finances revealed that the village's general fund balance plummeted from over $5 million in 2022 to a deficit of over $3 million by May 2020. 4. Lightfoot's report also uncovered questionable use of the village's credit card, with Henyard allegedly racking up tens of thousands of dollars on purchases from retailers like Amazon and Wayfair. One particularly eye-popping expense included a $43,000 charge on Amazon in a single day.
Mayor took steps to correct those things that the Attorney General required. And so we believe that for that reason, the meeting was supposed to have been here.
Henyard's critics argue that her financial mismanagement extends beyond Dolton to Thornton Township, where she has been accused of using taxpayer funds for personal gain. Her lavish lifestyle, which includes personal stylists and makeup artists, has sparked outrage among residents who are struggling with a median income far below her combined salary of nearly $300,000 per year. Many residents feel she is living a life of luxury while they are trying to make ends meet. The anger among residents isn't just about Henyard's spending, it's also about what they perceive as neglect of the community's basic needs. Both Thornton Township and Dolton have been plagued by deteriorating infrastructure, rising crime rates, and underfunded public services, leading many to question whether taxpayer money is being used responsibly. One resident pointed out that driving through Dolton each day serves as a reminder of the mayor's priorities. The roads are crumbling, streetlights are out, yet Henyard is flying first class and hiring makeup artists. This, they argued, does nothing to help the people who voted for her. These frustrations have often erupted at public meetings, where residents demand accountability and transparency, though their concerns have largely gone unanswered.
Next thing is my vetoes. So I got several vetoes here that the board
Critics have also highlighted Henyard's questionable handling of township resources during the caucus. Reports emerged claiming that she used township buses to transport her supporters to the caucus, a move her opponents argue was an unethical use of public funds. Adding to the controversy, many of the buses arrived late, leaving her supporters stranded outside in freezing temperatures. This misstep led one voter to question her ability to manage effectively, suggesting that if she couldn't even organize her own campaign, she shouldn't be trusted with running an entire township. Henyard's political rival, Harris, seized on this as another example of her lack of leadership and planning skills.
I want to thank my two trustees, Trustee Andrew Holmes and Trustee Stan Brown, for showing up.
The tension surrounding Henyard has been further fueled by the growing belief that she rules through intimidation. Several township employees have anonymously reported feeling pressure to support her campaigns or risk losing their jobs. Allegations of favoritism and fear tactics have deepened the divide between her administration and the community. One former employee described an environment where loyalty to Henyard was valued more than doing what's right for the residents. These claims of a toxic workplace culture are now being mentioned alongside her financial scandals, contributing to the image of an administration that is increasingly out of touch with its constituents. The scandals don't end there. Henyard's tenure as mayor has been marked by allegations of abuse of power, including claims that she weaponized police raids against businesses that refused to donate to her events. In one case, a Dolton-based business owner accused Henyard of retaliation after he declined to contribute to a civic event. Shortly thereafter, his business was raided, and his license was revoked. Similar raids were reported at multiple local bars, with owners alleging political harassment. Critics say these actions are part of a broader pattern of intimidation and corruption under Henyard's leadership.
But you don't even have a sense to even look in our face. But you rather just steal our money and do what you want to do.
Even within her administration, Henyard's leadership style has sparked controversy. Former Dolton Police Chief Robert Collins accused her of diverting police resources for her personal security, leaving fewer officers available to patrol the streets. She likes the thought of being surrounded by police officers, Dolton trustee Brittany Norwood said. It makes her feel important. Despite these mounting scandals, Henyard remains defiant, insisting that she is the victim of a political smear campaign. "They're attacking me because I'm a strong Black woman in power," she proclaimed during a recent township board meeting. Her rhetoric has resonated with some supporters, who see her as a trailblazer fighting against entrenched political interests. But even among her supporters, cracks are beginning to show. Allegations of financial impropriety and mismanagement have raised questions about her ability to lead. Her cancer charity, for instance, has come under scrutiny for failing to disclose how it spends its funds. The Illinois Attorney General's office has warned the charity to cease operations until it complies with state regulations. Critics argue that this is just the latest example of Henyard's disregard for accountability and transparency.
Dolton is the only community that in order to get a business license or a liquor license, you need an attorney.
As the legal battles unfold, the stakes are high for both Henyard and her opponents. If she loses her lawsuit against Harris and the Democratic Caucus, her only path to remaining on the ballot for Thornton Township supervisor would be as a write-in candidate, a steep uphill battle in any election. Meanwhile, her re-election campaign for Dolton mayor faces significant challenges, with rivals seizing on her scandals to galvanize opposition. Trustee Jason House, one of her challengers, has vowed to restore integrity to Dolton's leadership, a message that appears to be gaining traction among frustrated residents.
Stories new at 6. Embattled Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard is mounting a re-election bid. Henyard made the announcement in a post on her Facebook page. Right now, Henyard is currently under investigation over her handling of Dolton Village finances. Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot is leading the investigation into Henyard, and back in August found the Dolton Village General Fund had a negative balance.
The public reaction to Henyard's saga has been a mix of outrage, disbelief, and exhaustion. Social media has been flooded with comments from residents and observers, many of whom are calling for her resignation or arrest. "Imagine a criminal filing a lawsuit against the people trying to stop her from being a criminal," one commenter wrote. Another added, "Someone please put that criminal in prison already." Still, Henyard's loyal base remains vocal, accusing her detractors of playing politics and undermining her achievements. At a recent rally, her boyfriend, Kamal Woods, took aim at the media, accusing reporters of bias and misinformation. "You want the tea? Come to me," he said, echoing Henyard's defiant tone. But critics argue that the media attention is well-deserved, given the gravity of the allegations against her. As the drama continues to unfold, one thing is clear: the political landscape of Thornton Township and Dolton is undergoing a seismic shift. Whether Henyard can weather the storm and maintain her grip on power remains to be seen. Her resilience and defiance have made her a polarizing figure, but the growing list of scandals and legal challenges may ultimately prove insurmountable. So, what do you think about this political spectacle? Is Tiffany Henyard a victim of political sabotage, or is she finally being held accountable for her actions? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and stay tuned for more updates on this unfolding saga. The story is far from over.